What ethical dilemmas face conservators in client decisions? Imagine being in charge of someone's future, but not knowing exactly what they want. That's what conservators face every day when making decisions for their clients. When someone can't fully make choices for themselves, conservators step in to help. But this role isn't simple. It's full of tough questions and tricky situations. One big challenge is balancing respecting what the client wants with protecting them from harm. For example, if an elderly person refuses a certain treatment, but it could save their life, the conservator must decide whether to honor their choice or prioritize their safety. This can be a real moral puzzle. Another issue is conflicts of interest. Sometimes a conservator might have personal reasons to make certain decisions, like wanting to keep family peace or protect their own financial interests. But they must always put the client's best interests first. If a conservator is also a family member, this can get even more complicated. Deciding how much the client can decide for themselves is also tough. Conservators relying on medical reports and previous wishes, but sometimes those aren't clear. If a client's capacity is in question, the conservator must carefully assess whether they can truly understand and make decisions. When there's no clear guidance, they have to make judgment calls that can impact the client's life. Respecting advance directives and powers of attorney is another important point. These legal documents show what the person wanted before they became unable to decide. Ignoring these can violate their rights. But sometimes, the current situation might seem to conflict with what was previously written, creating a dilemma about what to follow. Managing the client's money and personal care also raises ethical questions. Conservators have a duty to handle assets responsibly and avoid misuse. If funds are limited, they must decide how to allocate resources for care without overstepping. Transparency is key to prevent accusations of financial abuse. Legal rules guide conservators, but sometimes laws aren't clear or conflict with what they believe is right. They need to use good judgment and may even have to ask a court for guidance. This can be a delicate balancing act. Ensuring the client's dignity and quality of life is always a priority. If a client prefers a certain living arrangement or treatment, but it seems unsafe, the conservator faces a tough choice. Respecting personal wishes while safeguarding health can be a real challenge. Finally, communication can be difficult. If the conservator doesn't know the client well, understanding their true wishes can take time. Delays or misunderstandings might affect the care they receive. It's important to act quickly and advocate strongly for the client's needs. In all these situations, conservators should seek clear documentation of the client's wishes, consult with healthcare providers and family, and always aim to act honestly and transparently. When decisions become too complex, court intervention or professional advice can help ensure the right choices are made. These ethical dilemmas show just how careful and compassionate conservators need to be when guiding vulnerable individuals through tough times.